for this one, we're gonna do what I call a fake French seam. Now I'll show you a real French seam in a little while, but this is a fake French seam. And this is really good if you have very, very ravelly fabrics, because it encases all these little edges inside the seam so that they can't get caught on things. Now, it requires more time with an iron than the seam we did previously, because there's a second set of ironing. So I've booked my seam, it's nice and open. But what I have to do now is come back in and fold both sides of this seam allowance in toward the middle. It's easiest to do this one at a time, and you have to be kind of careful, otherwise you can burn yourself. But I'm going to folding to make sure my fuzzy edge meets the center of my seam all the way down. So now what I need to do is I'm going to take both of those sides and I'm going to fold them both one over the other so that I have basically two clean folds that are facing each other. Now, I like to do this with my real fabric folded out of the way so that as I do it, I'm going ahead and pressing everything nice and flat in the position that I'm going to sew it in. And this, you feel free to steam it up. More steam the better. Okay, so I'm gonna keep folding, fold in, make sure both sides are folded in. Okay, now we're back in the machine, and I'm going to take my previous stitch line, which is running right along here, and I'm going to line it up with the inside of this foot so that my needle is going to drop down close to the edge of those two folded edges I made. Okay, and then I'm going to keep that lined up just like that as I sew those two basically flaps that I made. I'm going to sew them together all the way down. Make sure to remember to backstitch. Okay, there's your needle to its highest position, pull out and clip. Okay, now what you can see is that on this side of the fabric you have no rough edges because they're completely encased in this side, but on this side it looks just like a regular seam. So this is a very neat and nice looking seam, and again, this is called our fake or mock French seam, and it's a little easier for beginners than a real French seam. So there you go.